think that a good majority of the people that watch our channel, they kind of do the same things we do. They cut firewood, they may have a tractor or a sawmill or some equipment, have larger pieces of property, and they like to find easier and better ways to do things, and they leave those ideas in the comments. And over the years, there's been a lot of good ones, but there's one that I keep scratching my head on, and I'm going to be honest with you, I can't figure it out for the life of me. Every time I burn brush in the brush pile, I get comments, why don't I use a chipper instead of putting it in the brush pile? The first part of this video down there, when I was down below, it took me about 6 or 7 minutes to pile all those trees in the burn pit. And the other day, I put some big pine logs in there. I mean, they were probably 15, 16 inches in diameter, and they were punky and half rotten, weren't good for anything. And I just put them in the burn pit and they were gone. And everyone always says use a chipper, and I don't understand it. I have a chipper and it works fantastic. It's a Wallenstein chipper, but you can only do maybe stuff up to about this size right here. And it's great for up around the house or cleaning up along the trails. But the stuff I put in that burn pit is way too big, most of the stuff, for my chipper. You would need a ginormous chipper to chip a 15 or an 18-inch log. I also put in there big gnarly knotted up pieces that I'm not going to use on the sawmill, and I'm not going to waste my time cutting firewood with it. And people say that I should chip everything and then sell the chips. And for landscaping, the tree services around here, I think they have to pay to get rid of them. Now, some of them I know do take their stuff over to that Adler & Sons. We did a video over there before, and they make mulch over there. But it's not just chips. They regrind it, they dye it, and I mean, what they produce in a half an hour is probably what I would generate in a year's time. I mean, they go through the stuff, truck after truck, hauling it in there, and those guys are making mulch. So I don't think there's a market for the chips. And I just think it'd take me way too long. Like I said, when I was down there this morning, it was 5-10 minutes. It's all done. It's all cleaned up. Got rid of the stumps. I did save a little bit of firewood out of it. But that's just the way we do things around here. And I know different parts of the country, different parts of the world, everything's different. You can't burn in a lot of places in the country. Around here, you would have a difficult time trying to set the woods on fire. You would. It would be very hard to do. Really only 2 times a year we're at any risk at all, and that risk is minimal, and that would be late fall if you have a real dry spell when all the leaves are on the ground. You could maybe start a forest fire at that point. It'd be tough to do. Or first thing in the spring before the leaves start coming out on the trees, and once again you'd have to have a real long dry spell before you could start a fire. And then through the summer and everything, it is so... I mean, all those leaves are just filled with moisture. Everything's green around here. We get plenty of rain, and you just can't start a fire. I know a lot of people question that all the time. Are you allowed to burn there? Yep, we're allowed to burn here. Everybody does it. And for me, it's the quickest and easiest way to get rid of this stuff. That stuff that I put in the pit this morning, I would have a half a day in chipping that stuff up, at least. It would take longer to put the chipper on the tractor than it did to load all that stuff in the burn pit. So, yeah, that's really all I wanted to say about that. But for the life of me, I mean, every video that I do with a burn pit, there's 20, 30, sometimes more comments saying that I should chip that up. And I'm just not going to do it. And like I said, I'd need a ginormous chipper for some of the stuff that I do. The other question that comes up quite often, and same thing on my buddy Nathan's channel from Out of the Woods, people always ask why I don't sell my sawdust. I've given some away to people. I just don't produce enough of it to make it worth doing. I do have a pile over here in the corner. I dump leaves and sawdust and all that stuff in there, kind of a compost pile. If I've got topsoil with a bunch of roots in it, I'll put that in that pile. Someday I'll be able to use it. But I'd say in a year's time, I might produce, 3 or 4 truckloads of sawdust, and I don't even know what that stuff sells for, probably 30, 40 bucks. So it's really not worth my time to do that. If you had a whole bunch of people, you could make fire starters and maybe market more of this stuff, but there's just no money in some of it, and it's not worth doing. So That's why I don't save the sawdust or sew it. That's why I don't chip stuff. And like I said, I just can't figure out why I get so many comments about running, you know, chipping everything. I don't know. Most of the time when I do a video, I know what a lot of the comments are going to be, because when I'm editing the video, I see it several times. You know, you guys are watching it once, maybe twice, but I see everything when I'm editing the video. Like the other day, I had that BX and I had a front tire that was low, and I didn't know that until I was editing the video, and right away I saw that tire was a little bit low, and I knew for sure there'd be some comments about that tire being low, and there was like 30 of them. I knew that. So I definitely see everything you guys see, probably more, because when I'm editing that video, it's right there in front of me. I actually get sick of watching my own videos because, you know, you're going through and moving clips around and putting the music to it, and you watch it so many times putting it together. But yeah, I see all that stuff. Now, occasionally people surprise me, see something that I didn't see. Deer in the woods, things like that. I've missed a lot of those. I didn't see it when I was editing, and someone would bring it up in a video, and I go back and, you know, they'll put the timestamp in there, and I look, sure enough, there's a deer back there behind me. I had no idea. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But anyway, that's it for right now. I'm going to head up to the house here for a bit. We're going to talk to Melissa. She's got a few things to go over, and then I'll probably come back down here and stack and sticker some lumber. We're going to do that, and I may even put another log on the mill. But I've been getting a lot of things done around here lately. Getting everything cleaned up, lots of wood cut, lots of sawmilling. Everything's good. And the weather's actually been pretty decent. We had some rain the other day, but like I said, these cold mornings, it's nice. You can get out here, do some things. Feels good to get outside and do some stuff. So, but anyway, I'll see you in a bit. So I just came up to the house for a minute there, and Melissa's going to provide a shirt update. Tell them what's been happening.
It's been crazy. I think a lot of you are going to be getting shirts soon, because there's been a ton of orders. I've been pressing my little heart out, making shirts. We have 2, and I've ordered a new design. But we have the Sasquatch Outdoors with the Morgans, Believe in Yourself. And then we have the wood round that says Outdoors with the Morgans, and the Finer Things in Life underneath it.
Yeah, so she has been just cranking these out. They're a really nice shirt. Everyone that got them so far seems to really like them.
Yeah.
If you want one, there will be a link in the description.
Right, go to the website.
It's they're nice.
I like them, and like I said, I ordered a new one, and I'm going to maybe just keep adding like a new design once a month or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's been keeping everyone busy. Levi printing labels and all that stuff, and Melissa's cranking them out.
Yeah.
Heading to the post office every afternoon.
Oh yeah, and Hunter's supervising, making sure.
And Ty.
Oh yeah, what one doesn't think of, the other one does. So it's been a lot of fun. It keeps me hopping. And no, I don't have a Christmas tree up, and no, I don't have my Christmas shopping done. And this would be why, because I want you all to get your shirt for Christmas. So thanks so much for everyone that's been checking them out, ordering. We really appreciate it. We appreciate being here and being a part of Outdoors with the Morgans.
So I was just telling Melissa, the first part of this video when I was down below, I was talking about all the questions about why I don't chip stuff. Another question, we don't get it as often as we used to, but people always ask if we plant trees, and if not, why don't we? I've gone over this before, actually did entire videos on it, but probably, I don't know, half of our property that we have was farmland probably 60, 70 years ago. So everything you see out there, with the exception of the big woods where the big oaks are, that was all farmland, and that's just the way it works around here. They just start growing, cherry and maple, then some oaks, and eventually the oaks will take over. But the only place that we will be doing any planting is closer to the houses. As a matter of fact, Levi just bought a bunch of white pine and hemlocks, little ones. I think they're a foot or 18 inches tall, because the ones that were planted behind their house, those are some red pine, some Norway spruce. Those are all kind of dying off, and they're falling over, and we're going to get those cleaned up. So he's kind of starting again. He's going to plant more of those there. And like I said, it's funny, everywhere where they were planted by somebody, all the red pine down over the hill, they're all dying.
Yeah.
You know, now they have like a life expectancy, I think.
Right.
But they've been around for 60 years or something, and they're all dying. So Levi has learned a ton about trees the last year, really. He reads all the time. He's actually taken a few online classes. He's probably better at identifying trees around here than I am at this point, but it's an interest that he has. And we'll get some video of him planting, but he bought a bunch of trees, and you just kind of start over down there behind their house.
Yeah,
but
he has the space.
There's not much left down there at all, though. Everything that was planted just dies, 60 years, that's about it. So that's why we don't plant trees. It's obvious Mother Nature does a better job than what we could.
That's right.
And around here, you don't really do that unless you want to change the species or something, because they just start growing. And I want to mention one other thing for your hat. It's a nice hat.
I want to thank Lisa. Lisa sent me this hat. She made this label for Outdoors with the Morgans for the hat. And I might buy some off of her and throw them in our store and see if any of you want them. You can order them. So tossing that idea around. If you like the hat, probably more women would want this than men. But
yeah, we'll take a picture, get a close-up.
Yeah, maybe you guys are looking for a gift for your girlfriend or wife or mother or sister or anyone who wants to wear a hat. So.
This time of year, a lot of people want to wear hats. It's getting cold.
Yeah, I like the furry tassel. So.
But I think that's about it. We thank everyone for being here.
Yeah.
And if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like button, click subscribe, and share them with your friends.
Thanks.